Well, there you have it, 6,026 Ks. Yes, I'll put a few miles on the old bike now. So a pretty good idea now of what I like and what I don't like, and what it's good for, what it's not good for. So we might have a bit of a look at that in this video. So she still runs and sounds as good as ever. Pretty well hasn't missed a beat the whole time I've had it. So definitely happy with lots of aspects of the bike. Turn her off for a bit, but there's always good and bad to everything. But fundamentally, she's been a pretty awesome machine. So, choosing this bike, you've basically got to work out why you would pick this bike. So I picked this bike due to a few different factors, but one of the main things was I wanted a bike that's new and reliable. So being a Honda, I pretty well got that, and I wanted it to be light. I didn't, sort of sick of heavy bikes, so I picked this one for that. And I picked it also for economy, because the fuel economy is bloody terrific. It's like 30 kilometres a litre still. So yeah, 6,000 Ks, nothing changed. It's still light, still good on fuel, still super reliable. So it hasn't missed a single beat since the whole time I've had it, and I've done some miles. I've probably only had it a few months, but I'll do some miles on her. So yeah, it's proven as reliable as I'd hoped for. We've finally come to the end of these IRC stock tyres life. It's a bit hard to see, the lighting's a bit tough, but we're down to pretty well the wear line. We're about 2 millimetres above the wear line, so you've probably got a bit more in them, but got a new set of tyres coming, or a new rear tyre at the moment. Front one's still 50% good or a bit more. So I'm going to go to the Dunlop 605, which is just a little bit more aggressive version of this pattern here. So, and I do like this tyre. It's an all-rounder, but a touch more aggressive, similar style, like tread pattern, and that should be ideal. Should be here, well, maybe today. We'll find out. So it's not all positive with the old rally. So the good is what we've just touched on, but there are a few little negatives, and probably the worst facet of the bike is, well, it's a toss-up between the two, but it's either suspension or power. So it's both what I'd call adequate. The suspension is adequate to fine, as so long as you're not much over 80 kilos, maybe 85, and you don't jump it. Anything under 80, it'll be fine for most things. But yeah, if you're a bigger guy, bigger person, it's not going to be ideal. 90 kilo and it's going to be working hard. But yeah, but that also depends on how you ride. So if you're just riding around exploring like I do, if you've seen the videos, you'll know the sort of riding I enjoy doing. It's perfect for that sort of stuff, fine. Just occasionally you'll hit a bit of a whoop or a hole or a rock, or go airborne because you're going a bit fast, and then you'll find the limitations pretty quick. Now the power, it is 286 or maybe 287 cc. So it is, it's 26, 27 horsepower, I think. Maybe it's 27. So it's just a little engine in a relatively light bike for an adventure bike, I guess. So yeah, you definitely you'll have a power sort of issue. So where the power issue comes in, it's not for the first 3 gears, 4th gear. It's 5th and 6th, and it's basically as soon as you get to any sort of hills, you'll in higher gears, you'll be changing back a gear, or you'll be winding it up before you get to them. So most of the time I'm loaded up with camping gear. I've always got tools, tubes and spanners and stuff on the bike, so it's got extra weight on it all the time. Always water in summer, so a few kilos there. And yeah, if you're flat country, perfect. Sit on 90, 100 kilometers an hour, hours and hours and hours on end. As soon as you get the hills, like I go up the Great Divide a fair bit. It's sort of our mountain range here on the east coast of Australia. And yep, you're going through the gears. What looks like a gradual long hill, where on previous bikes I've had, you would just plough your way up them. Yeah, on the little rally, you'll be dropping back to fifth and winding her out a bit. So yeah, you got to bear in mind it's small engine and hills. Doesn't like hills. It doesn't like highway hills, sort of high gear hills really. But the lower gearing is, absolutely crawl up any hill like my 650 used to. So a lot of power in 1, 2 and 3, particularly 1 and 2. Those first few gears are they're sort of go anywhere gears. So don't think there's going to be a lack of power down low, because there's those lower gears have definitely got some climbing ability. So I guess, who is this bike for? What is the market for this bike? Well, it's a bit of a blank canvas when you get them, so you can sort of set them up for whoever or whatever style of riding you want to do. Like, you can go hard and pour a heap of money into it, turn into a little mini sort of rally bike that can jump and race around and single trails fast. But I don't think they're initially designed for that. They look like that, but they're designed, for me, I believe they are just a really good trail bike in the literal sense of exploring trails and cruising around in the backcountry. So, but don't think because it's got a smaller engine you can't cover distance. Like, you hear people think, well, I want to travel a fair way on it. So, but you can go around the world on this thing. Go around Australia, go anywhere. You just got to remember that this bike, your cruising speed is not going to be 120, 130 k's. You're going to be sitting on 90 to 100, and that's pretty well as far as I'd be pushing it. 100 kilometers an hour is a fairly high rev, and that's about as hard as I'd push it. Most of the time I'm doing 90, 95. To me, it's not about how fast you go, it's where you go and what you see whilst you're travelling. It's the journey, it's not the destination. So, yeah, to me, this bike's set up as a mini adventure bike. It's designed to travel, it's designed to have comfort, it's designed to cover lots of miles and see lots of things and get into some pretty tricky spots where I probably wouldn't have took previous bikes, heavier, larger bikes. So it's given me access and confidence to go into more rugged, sort of borderline places where you may be spinning the bike around to get out again, or you sort of regret your decision after you've committed to it. So it gives you a bit more confidence to do that, because you can actually move it around fairly easily, which is one of the great sort of benefits to a lighter bike. So 6,000 Ks, do I regret buying this bike? And the answer is absolutely not. I knew what I was buying, and anyone buying a bike like this, or this particular bike, you just got to know what you're buying. You got to understand what the bike is before you commit to it. You got to know its limitations. You got to work out if that's going to be right for you, your weight, your ideas, where you want to go. So yeah, no regrets at all. It's done everything it's designed to do, and everything I wanted it to do. It's done absolutely flawlessly. It's given me confidence to go into spots I wouldn't take a larger bike. The fuel economy with today's $2 a litre fuel has been fantastic. It means I can ride more and it's not empty in the bank account. Ideally though, in the perfect world, Honda come out with a 400cc version or a 450 that doesn't require oil changes every 1,000 kilometres. And I think once one manufacturer comes out with something like this, they're going to bloody clean up in the market. So yeah, so pretty well in summary, The goods are that the bikes are light. Like this one's around 150, maybe 153 or so kilos. I've taken off some weight and added some weight. Fuel economy is amazing, 30 kilometres a litre. I think I'm getting 29.8 now, which is pretty well exactly the same as it was 6,000 k's ago. And reliability, you just turn the key, fuel injection. Turn the key, Honda starts. No matter how cold it is, I've been into pretty close to zero, and some pretty hot stuff where it's cooling fans going pretty good. So, and it just starts exactly the same. Couple little roars and she's over. She starts, and surprisingly comfortable. Like the stock seat doesn't look like much. It's at first I thought, oh no, it's going to hurt, but yeah, a couple of hours it's absolutely fine. And I'm on and off the bike. The style of riding I do, I'm always jumping off and looking around and setting up cameras or whatever. So yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I've done some pretty big days on it, and it's as good as you're going to get for a stock seat. But yeah, the bad, as we touched on, just the suspension's a bit sort of floaty for anyone over 80 kilos or 85 probably. And yeah, that just needs a bit more power. It's not horribly underpowered. It's just a bit more would be fun, would be good, would come in handy, would take out the crawling up the hill bit in sort of higher gears. So yeah, absolutely happy with it. No regrets. Would happily buy another one, and yeah, looking forward to many more miles of running around on her. Well, that's pretty well it, guys. That gives you a bit of an idea on what the bike is, who it's for, what it is good for, and the sheer reliability and dependability of Japanese motorbikes. So it's been great, and hope that helps a bit. All right, I'll catch you on the next one.